Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Oh, hi. Hi, Amanda. Hi. Welcome back.
Hello. Who is she? She's just some random chick, but she's here. Hello.
Well, I'm happy you're back. It's just you and I tonight. We this is a cursed evening, Amanda. We're on the struggle bus tonight. So Sean is doing some super secret stuff for Patreon right now. Locklith, who has a comment here in the chat. It is I, the Locklith, crying in my sweatpants because my computer won't update and I can't join Seth and Amanda because my computer sucks. So, it's just the Amanda and Seth show tonight.
It just says maybe.
Hey.
Oh, this makes me feel bad that Thursday is not the day for either StreamYard or Locklith or Sean.
Oh my god. Yeah. And then we go to start the stream on StreamYard and it goes, "Hi, the traffic is too high right now. Please try in 30 to 60 seconds. I'm like, what do you mean the traffic is too high?
What are we on the highway? What's going on?
Yeah,
honestly, ironic given this is the Carpool Gaming podcast, very ironic that's talking about traffic, but what are we out on the highway trying to get here?
Having traffic issues getting here tonight. Yeah.
Bananas.
But hey, we're here. It eventually worked and we're here with you all. Amanda's back. Lockless says it must the weather has been crazy over here. Just before we I've been having wild tornado warnings and all day long. The weather has been wild here. And then Adam David makes the point, life is a highway and we're gonna ride it all night long.
Highway. I thought you were gonna sing it. I was waiting for you to sing it. This is our chance.
Ride it. That's right. Amanda and I can finally, we don't have to be stifled anymore. We can sing to our heart's content.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Well, I'm glad you're here, Amanda. It's good to see you. It does my heart good to see you. How was the break? Break was good?
I mean, it was good until my leg decided to just
until
break.
You died.
So, until I was like, okay, I've got time to do some running. No, we did none. No running.
Oh man.
I am not to go. I won't go too in the weeds on this because it's not game related. Yeah. I have an appointment on Monday to see if we can get an MRI.
Oh, good.
Stunning. But I mean, otherwise it was good. It was you have this weird feeling of FOMO. It's a weird of FOMO, but also oh, I can do this or I can do that. And this was the first time that I watched and found a show on my own, which sounds so silly.
Oh.
But I got into this show on Amazon Prime called The Wilderness. And I finished it last night. It's not very long. It's only 6 episodes, but they're pretty long episodes. And I started it. Granted, I was gone for 3 weeks. But started it, got all the way through it. I was like, oh my God, I got through a show. I don't normally do that. I'll talk soon, but I've played a decent amount of games.
Hell yeah.
A variety of games. I've been golfing a lot. I've been doing
golfing.
Golf. I call it golf.
You've been frolfing.
Frolfing, yes. So yeah, it's been it's a weird feeling to be on a break.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of you feel my our phones notice patterns, and so it's normally you're doing the Nintendo Drive right now because it's just in my calendar, and it's why aren't you on YouTube? And I'm like,
what's going on?
Because I'm supposed to be on a break. I don't know. So
let me in. Let me in. Yeah, that was my experience too.
Exactly. So it was good. You've got the FOMO feels, but you've also have these feels of oh, I can do whatever. I can boot up a new game or whatever you want to do. But it does feel good to be back.
And then we get as we think everything's working, Haley Zorel in Discord goes, I don't know if y'all know, but the tweet that your live broadcast, the Twitter broadcast has stopped. So
We're just doing so good tonight. What is going on?
StreamYard's
Vibes on a
busted
Tuesday.
tonight. Vibes on a Thursday. Yeah, here at our new Thursday time. Everything is going swimmingly for us.
Maybe
Lachlan says,
wrong. Maybe we'll go back.
just go back. Lachlan says, I'm the let me in meme right now. I've unsuccessfully updated my computer 10 times now. I keep thinking an error won't happen. Oh, it sucks.
Lachlan.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we will go back to Tuesday and just make it work, because this is like becoming very high traffic, very chaotic. Okay, stay tuned.
JB says, I said it before to Amanda, but she's just been on side quests. So there you go. You've been doing side quests.
It feels like I've been doing multiple side quests.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, well, if you'll allow me, Amanda, I do have a couple little notes of housekeeping. So couple of things. Thank you, first of all, to Sean Hennigan, who joined us at the ad-free tier. So for those who watch us live here on youtube.com/carpoolgaming, you might not know that people that listen to the show on free feeds have to hear my stupid voice give an ad, like midway through the show. So if you don't want that, and if you want all of the Carpool content all on one feed, you can, just for even $1 a month, join in on the Patreon and get that, just like Sean Hennigan did. So thank you for doing that. And thank you to Tech Mike for upgrading to the gold member tier, the only Austin Powers themed tier of the Patreon. So thank you for doing that, Tech Mike. Lots of exclusive content to come. Sean is recording some, I think, literally as we speak. So we have a bunch of exclusive stuff on Patreon. So thanks, y'all. Cool. Well, that is pretty much it. Let's see, Amanda, you're on Pants this week. Mm-hmm. That's exciting. So I think you record your episode tomorrow. Yes. If memory serves. So if anybody has last minute questions, get in for Amanda. Make sure you do it. The time's a clicking.
The time is a ticking. Yeah, it'll probably be maybe tomorrow morning. If not, if I miss the morning, I'll kind of do the afternoon. I have like a million things going on, but I will be filming tomorrow. So if you have any questions, if you want to ask me anything, you can. If you want, in the Discord or on the Patreon feed itself.
Mm-hmm. And if you're listening to this on your audio feed, it's already too late.
Sorry.
You done missed out. Gotta wait.
You done missed out.
So sorry, y'all. Okay, well, Amanda, what's been going on in terms of video games? I see an exciting amount of video games here in the notes. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we got lots of things, though I will preface it, but not everything is Switch.
Sure.
So I'm back on the Dave the Diver.
Dave the Diver.
Which we've gone pretty far in Dave the Diver. That's predominantly what I've been streaming. And I just forgot how much I really enjoyed the game. Lots of voice acting lately. It's been crazy, heavy in the voice acting, which has been fun and funny. And last stream got really chaotic and funny in the best way. So we've been doing a lot of Dave the Diver, which has been a nice switch up, which I enjoy. We still have Monster Hunter Stories 2 on the docket. I haven't touched it, but I will be touching it tomorrow, actually, on stream. Okay. I always playing Fork Knife. Always. But I started, everybody has just inspired me to do Stardew. So I've got a co-op Stardew farm.
Everyone's playing Stardew.
Everybody's playing Stardew. It literally, I will say though, I'm playing with a friend of mine. We were playing Borderlands 2, but we decided to take a break and do Stardew. So I am a demon vampire girl in Stardew. I'm trying to make Stardew something in that it's not. But I
was whoa, Stardew's really changed.
My character is spooky, very spooky.
Okay.
And so we're just building this very chaotic farm. And I'm noticing, I tried to play it alone. I very much so prefer to play Stardew with other people. It goes by faster when you're alone. It just kind of drags on. So we're doing that. And then I did the Europa demo on stream.
Oh, how'd you like that?
I liked it. It was longer than I expected. Very sad. Well, at least not very sad, but it is sad. So I was in a sad mood that day. So probably not the best time to play it, but very, very pretty game. I like the concept and the idea, and the world that you're in, the Europa world that you're in is really cool. And there's elements of it reminds me of Zelda, but then also, of course, we were making Naruto references because of the backpack thing that he wears. But it's cool. You can just soar through the air, and you're discovering this this world that has to tie back to your grandfather, and like he wanted to build this world and all this jazz. Very calming game, but also very sad. But the voice acting in that game is great.
Yeah, it is
the
good.
voiceover work that they do. So very excited for that game to come out. I forget if it has a release date. I don't know if it does, but the demo
I don't think so.
Yeah, the demo is decently long. So if you're interested, and I also think in this time I've beat Princess Peach. I don't have that on here.
Nice.
And then I will be playing Paper Mario when that comes out next week.
Oh, Riley King in the chat says, Amanda, what's the verdict for Paper Mario?
Oh my God.
You
So
getting physical?
I think we are going to be getting physical because I put out a poll on Twitter and it was overwhelmingly positive towards physical.
Yeah.
So I haven't decided. I was joking that I was going to trade in Yoshi at GameStop for Paper Mario. But I
Yeah.
need to run that through Locklith first because I know we talked about the traveling.
Oh, yeah, the Sisterhood of the Traveling
pants.
Game.
Yeah, so Locklith, we will connect. But I am going to get physical, I believe. So stay tuned. I will be playing Paper Mario 2, which I'm excited because I never finished it on the GameCube. My brother did, I did not. I played like little inty bits of it, so.
Yeah, Ryan Turford says, but the vouchers, Amanda, the vouchers.
Yeah, but I don't need 2 games. I only need 1 game.
It'll save you $10 on a game later if you just pay $100 now.
If only for a small price of $100.
That's right. Lachlan says, if you want to save some money, you can trade in Yoshi. So there you go. There, you guys just connected now.
See, now I'm going to save my own money without a voucher. And that means
There
I get
you
to do a little skippity doodah over to GameStop.
You're going to actually skip?
I'm going to actually skip. I looked it up on stream because I was like, oh, if I'm running by then, can I run there? It's about 4.7 miles away from here. So that would be a pretty long run. If I'm long running by then, maybe, but I don't think I will be at this point. So maybe I'll get a bike and I'll bike over there.
That'd be kind of nice, yeah. Yeah.
And oddly enough, I posted this on my Instagram. I was on a walk the other day, and there was like a 15 mile per hour sign, and there was, oddly enough, a Paper Mario sticker on there. And I was like,
Oh, that's cool.
I think I'm going to play Paper Mario. I feel like this is a sign.
It is a sign. Yes. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I'm quite excited for some Paper Mario in my own life. I can't wait. So, and I'm going physical also. I'm going to get the physical. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be in this together.
Yeah, we'll be in this together. It's kind of annoying for me to, because my wife, Nintendo has like changed their release days to like Thursdays, which is a little bit odd. And so my wife isn't home from work on Thursdays, so I don't have access to our car. So I'm gonna like have to take an Uber or something to GameStop and pick it up.
We're literally in the same boat because I also don't have a car.
Yeah, it sucks.
And I'm supposed to be at work that day. So guess what we're doing.
Yeah. Jan32 says, is it me or are we saying Mario different? Yeah, we're just being silly.
Mario.
Jan. Yeah, we're just being silly. Cool. Well, yeah, I have a couple little things that I'll mention. I finished another Crab's Treasure, or as I like to call it, Crab Treasure game. I finished Crab Treasure game, and that was pretty good. I liked that. It would be fun to watch you play that game. It would be fun to watch you. Yeah, it's like
intrigued.
I bet you would. I would be curious to see how you would find it because it has a lot of good accessibility options, but I know how you are, and I don't think you would turn them on. I think you would just choose to struggle through it and get mad at it. But it is really cute and it is a lot of fun. And I think that there's a version. I think there's a universe in which you enjoy it. So I don't know. I liked it. I liked the story way more than I thought I would. The story actually really hit for me. Like it was like kind of emotional, like in a way that I wasn't expecting. This little stupid Crab Treasure game. It was like kind of like it starts off and it kind of has this theme of like, you know, pollution and stuff because there's like trash all over the sea and stuff like that. And then it turns into this like this story about like finding your hope in a hopeless world, like clinging to the people you love when everything around you is going to hell, you know? Like, I don't know, it's kind of really sweet.
Very relatable, oddly enough.
Yeah, like it kind of really struck a chord with me. Like after the credits roll, and I want to reiterate, because I mentioned this on the show, don't play it on Switch. The Switch version is busted. It sucks. But like I would recommend playing it like basically anywhere else. If you have the opportunity to play it, I really, really like it a lot. So yeah, I don't know. I liked it a lot more than I was expecting to.
How much was it?
That's a good question. It's impossible to know. Another crab. I almost Googled crab treasure game, which would not have been good. It's $29.99.
Oh,
So it's a little
okay.
on the pricier side, but for an indie game. But I will say it's also pretty long. Like it took me like 20 hours to get through it. So for an indie game, like it's kind of on the longer side. So yeah.
Okay. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I was listening to last week's episode or maybe the episode before you were talking about it. And then I've seen a lot of people streaming it on Twitch and I'm like, might actually be kind of funny. And it's just
would
kind of
be.
like, it just seems to be a hot commodity. So I don't know. Maybe I'll add it to the list. But I'm definitely thinking, oh, sorry. They're
coming for you.
Beeping outside. Everybody's upset. I'm sorry. But maybe like I can mix it in with Paper Mario. I don't know. I've really been in the mood to play different things. Like
Yeah.
I just haven't been in the mood to play any of the things I'm normally playing. I'm like, I want to play all the different stuff. So
Yeah, I would love to see you. I would love to see you give it a try because I think it would be a great sort of like introduction to the whole Souls-like, Dark Souls,
Okay.
like sort of style. Because the gameplay is like that, but it's a lot more approachable, I think, than other games of that style. So I would love to see you give it a shot.
okay.
So I don't know. Yeah, maybe wishlist it or something. Wait on a sale or something like that.
Okay.
It'd be
Done
cool.
deal.
Have you, Amanda? Are you familiar with this Little Kitty Big City?
It's just
Are you
also
familiar?
on my list. I've been watching a bunch of my friends play it in Discords and on Twitch. This looks so cute.
It is very cute.
So
yeah.
cute.
It's really cute. I finished it. I will say, I liked it and I had fun with it. I did not love it.
Okay.
Like, I was a little. I don't know. The way the game plays is a little like it's fun. Everybody in the chat is like, Little Kitty is so fun. I think it's really fun and I think it's really cute. But like some of the navigation through the world is kind of annoying to me. Like whenever you have to like do any vertical movement at all in the game is really annoying to me. Like jumping is kind of janky, moving up like platforms is kind of janky. And as you get deeper into the game, you like get the ability to like climb and stuff like this. And like, I don't know, it never really like felt good to me to do that. Like the game felt best to me when I was on the ground, like ground level, just like, you know, just moving around, that all felt good. But anytime I had to like climb or navigate in the sort of air, I never liked it. But you know, it's still really cute. And I will say, after I beat the game, it's one of those games where you can continue playing after you beat it, and you can just sort of explore and pick up collectibles and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I went to find the rest of the collectibles I was missing, and I went into this convenience store, and I got stuck inside of one of the shelves in the convenience store, and I just can't get out. And so like I'm just totally locked. I can't play anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, and apparently they're putting out a patch, I guess, where they're implementing like an emergency kind of button to like respawn you or whatever, but for now I literally can't keep playing. I'm stuck in a shelf.
Here's a question. Have you ever like what I think is always interesting, I think it was like when Nintendo puts out patch notes for things are always or here's a good example, like Animal Crossing. When Animal Crossing would put out patch notes, like they'd be so detailed of like, oh, when you're in this mode doing this and you click this on this specific thing. I've never triggered any like very specific glitches. So you kind of did that, right?
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
you were the first one to do? You must not have been
By
the first one
accident.
to discover, but like that is so weird.
I don't know. I wasn't doing anything special. I was just trying to climb up this shelf in a convenience store, and my kitty just like literally just like kind of phased through the shelf.
Oh no.
He's just stuck in there now, like just forever, until they give me the option to do it. And so, and yeah, Yarden says, Lachlan, did you try turning it on and turning it back on, turning it off and turning back on again for her computer? But I will say, I did. I did try to like reload, but even my autosave is busted. Like my autosave is even in the shelf. I am just perpetually stuck in the shelf forever until they patch in the sort of emergency escape button.
Okay, but
So-
are you wearing a hat? Because there are so many cute outfits. Oh God, so
I am wearing a hat.
In style.
Yeah, I got a hat that is a little onigiri hat. I've got a little onigiri on his head. It's really cute.
That's so precious.
It's a really cute game. Like I do like it a lot, but I have a couple of little like minor issues with it. But it's still, I think most people would enjoy it. I think most people would have a good time with it.
It looks very cute and very funny.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. Yeah.
It's like, is it made by the same people who made Untitled Goose Game, or it's just very similar?
No, it just has a similar vibe. Like it definitely has an Untitled Goose Game vibe. It's sort of like Untitled Goose Game meets Stray, basically, is what it is. Okay. Yeah.
Does it end sadly like Stray does?
No. It has a cute ending. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's just the game, the story of the game is really simple. It's just like, the game opens and you sort of like fall out of the window of your house safely, mind you, safely. Everything's fine. But you have to like kind of find your way back up to your owner's place, and they live in like a high-rise apartment, So you have to slowly eat fish to get enough stamina to climb up where you need to go. So yeah,
I like
that's
it.
pretty much it.
Maybe I'll try that too.
You'd like it. I bet you would like it. It's it's a fun, cute, wholesome, sort of cozy, little game. There's nothing too crazy going on. There's no like combat, or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know.
Switch
I like
or
it.
PC?
Switch. Played it on Switch. Okay. Yeah, and it runs good on Switch. Like other than the bugs, I mean, it runs just fine. So yeah, I liked it. It was good. Okay. Yeah, lots of side quests. As Star Athena says. Yeah, Ryan Turford says, it's essentially the open world sequel to Cat Lateral Damage. Oh, there you go. That's a good pull.
Cat games, I got I don't know if it was an ad or something, for Cat Quest. I've also thought about playing Cat Quest.
Mm-hmm. But play the demo.
Should I start with the latest one? Is that what the demo is? Do they have the latest one in the demo?
Yeah.
Because I've watched that. I'm like, oh, it's like Paper Mario-esque.
A little.
It's also like a little bit more Amanda's vibe, maybe. I don't know.
It's cute. Yeah, I played the demo for Cat Quest 3. That was my first ever Cat Quest anything. Okay. And yeah, I thought it was really cute. I was like, this is awesome. Like I'd never even heard of the series before until they started showing it off in an indie world. And yeah, super cute. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I don't know if Cat Quest 1 and 2 have demos, but the third one does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's worth tracking down.
Okay.
Check
Add it
that
to
bad
my
boy
bucket
out.
of games.
Add it to the bucket. Add it on into the pile, baby. Who cares? Okay, well, that's pretty much all I've been playing. The funny thing is, when you just have two people on the podcast, you blitz through this stuff. I mean, we're just gonna.
Should we at least read Lockless, what she's been doing?
We can if you want to.
She has
I don't think this is updated.
Oh,
I don't think this is updated. Yeah.
Well, she says
I think this is. I think this is. Well, what I think this was. I think this was Sean and Lockleth talking to each other last week.
Oh,
as we often do in our notes. I think what happened was Lockleth put that she was playing Xenoblade 3. Sean put good, and then Lockleth said hi. Lockleth says hers aren't updated because her pewter sucks.
Oh,
so,
sad.
It's okay.
Sorry, Lockleth.
Sorry, Lockleth. Well, we do have some questions going on here, so let's hit some of these, man. And hey, I mean, if it's a bit of a shorter show, that's okay too. It's fine. We're just gonna vibe. We're just gonna hang out. Okay, so we have. This is actually. I kind of took this. The Don Rob DM'd me, by the way, as we were going live. So I'll also answer your question here, the Don Rob. The Don Rob said, gotta know, did my stolen question become the topic, or was it the plan all along for the Nintendo Drive? So often what we'll do, guys, is we'll post for questions that morning, and the topic, in quotes, of the show will just come from the questions. Like, I'll literally just pull from one of the questions, and that'll be the topic. Because really, there is no, like, topic. We're just hanging out. And it's like, we're going to answer your question anyway. We might as well just base the thumbnail off of that. So the Don Rob asked, this was asked over in All-In, but I'm shamelessly stealing it and claiming it as my own. What indie games would you consider masterpieces? This is an interesting question, because I think what you need to establish first is, like, what does an indie game need to do for you to consider it a masterpiece? Like, what is it for you? It's like, that was a masterpiece, you know?
This is a very you question.
That probably, yeah. I don't know. Does anything come to your mind immediately as like when you finished it, you were like, damn, probably Sea of Stars, I would
100%.
imagine.
Story,
Yeah.
like, I think progression is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
For me, kind of like when a game is super repetitive, it's like, ugh, but I felt like in Sea of Stars, like I connected to the characters, and then I was very much so invested in the story and seeking out like little answers to everything. And then of course it was beautiful and the music was great. So yeah, Sea of Stars is 100% a masterpiece in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just because I think for me a big thing is storyline and I guess how it looks, but I feel like that's like I don't know. Each game is so stylistically different that like, I don't know, some
Thunder.
people. Oh yeah, I was like, what the heck was that? I thought someone
That's
was like
thunder.
banging on your like ceiling. I'm like, are you okay? Hey.
No, it's just Mother Nature trying to destroy me.
Hello,
Yeah.
Mother Nature.
Mommy?
Mommy, is that you, Mommy?
Mommy? Mommy
Hi.
Nature?
We missed you. I don't want to judge it. I don't want to judge it like solely off of artwork because I feel like art is subjective and art can be interpreted differently. But I do
Sure.
think Sea of Stars is a masterpiece. I also would say that like something like Cult of the Lamb is a masterpiece. Something that like
Oh.
really transforms as the game goes on, and the fact that there's like integrations with like you can bring your community in, you can bring them
Yeah.
in like you kind of get to in a way pick your path, and there's a really good story. Like the overarching story of Cult of the Lamb is really good. And I guess if we were to talk about art style, it's just like a really fun, again, another like Paper Mario-esque art style. But like if you just look at like all the little details in Cult of the Lamb, like it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. I so this question came, my co-host on All In, Eric, he posed this question in the All In Discord. Just like what are indie games that you think are masterpieces? And for me, like a masterpiece should be something that I agree with you. I think it needs to hit on like it needs to hit on like a story level, a gameplay level. I need to be able to connect with it. But I also want it to feel like uncompromised. I want it to feel like the creator got to really like see the most out of their vision, if that makes sense. Like whenever I play games, I like to feel like I'm kind of having a conversation with the developer or something. Like I like to put my head in their headspace. I like to think about how they were feeling when they were making the game and stuff. And I know it's weird. I know not a lot of people play games that way, but I like to get that sense. So like when I think of indie games that I consider masterpieces, it's stuff like Night in the Woods, I think is a masterpiece. Gone Home, Coffee Talk, I think is a masterpiece. Cobalt Core, I think is a masterpiece. Any of the analgesic games, like the Anodyne games, even the Ocean, Sephony, like any game where I feel like I'm kind of connecting to the people who made it. That to me is a masterpiece.
I love
You
that.
know, yeah. Stuff. Yarden mentions What Remains of Edith Finch. That's another great sort of example of that. But I also love games that like are very sort of like they just nail gameplay. So like the Spelunky games are some of my favorites. Of all time. I think of stuff like Neon White. I think Neon White's a masterpiece. Yeah, man, there's a lot. There's especially like in the sort of recent indie games space, like indie games are so good now. And they just get better and better, and just like more of them keep coming out. We're in such a good spot with indie games. Awesome Dave
100%.
shouts out Bastion. Eric's here in the chat. A Space for the Unbound. Yes, absolutely. Jan says Hades, Hollow Knight, Slay the Spire. Totally. I
I feel
mean,
like we need an episode just on indie games. Like
yes.
just
I
talking about
agree.
indie games. There's so much, and as somebody who like works in the gaming space, I've gotten insights into some cool things happening, and it's just like, dude, they are just pushing boundaries and doing things that like no one else is thinking of, and it's just like
Yes.
everything that they put together. Okay, maybe this is a general statement, but like so much of it can be interpreted as a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just even just hearing about if you go to something like a PAX East and you have the opportunity to talk to the developers, and you just hear, like, even if their game is a little unfinished and they're just kind of going through, like, what inspired them, how they got to this point, like, everything that brought them from where they are today to where they're expected to be when their game releases, it's just, like, mind-blowing. Like, it's just so mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's, indie games are awesome. I play primarily indie games now, to be honest. Like, I play indie games more than I play AAA, like way more. Jan32 mentioned Celeste. If Sean was here, Sean would say Celeste. So definitely shout outs to Celeste. Yeah, certainly. I think a masterpiece. Some of my favorites of all time, like literally some of my favorite games of all time, are indie games. Hypnospace Outlaw, one of my favorite games of all time. I love indie games. Spiritfarer, I think, is a masterpiece.
Fulia recently talked about that on, I forget if it was her Pants episode or in her episode with Sean, and then she said the word platformer next to it, and I was like, well, she thought, what is the other one?
Spiritfarer? Spirit-T, yeah.
Okay. I was like, I thought there was one of these that I was interested in that was like, I don't know if it was inspired by Spirited Away. Is it Spirited Away, the Ghibli film? But
yeah, Spirit-T is for sure. Spirit-T is, it's sort of like a life sim, cozy farming sim kind of thing where you like manage a tea house for spirits. Spiritfarer, I guess it's a platform, but it doesn't really have like, it's not like a hardcore platformer like Celeste is though.
Okay.
Like there are areas where you do have to like do some platforming, like you have to jump on, areas and stuff. But it isn't like level based like Celeste is, where it's like you got to get through this level. I don't know. I think you would probably dig it.
Okay, so maybe I wouldn't sweat as much playing that game.
I don't think so. You would cry. It'll make you cry. That's for damn sure.
It's better than sweaty hands.
Fulia, speaking of Fulia, she shouts out Harmony: The Fall of Reverie is also a masterpiece and my game of the year. I've got to play that. That's been on my backlog for a while. I got to play that. Peje EP shouts out Grease, which is, yes, totally a masterpiece. Complete. Have you played that? Grease?
No, but it looks pretty. I should.
It's awesome. Yeah, really, really good. Yeah, there's a lot. I could probably rattle off, especially like we're so spoiled in the Switch era in general. Like there's so many amazing indie games that are like masterpiece level. All of Greg Lobanov's games, Chicory, Wandersong, those are both masterpieces. Yeah, man, there's a lot. Yeah, Jan32 shouting out Shovel Knight here. I mean, we are just totally spoiled with amazing indie games.
Is Dave indie? I know it's kind of controversial, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. So the weird thing, Yarden shouts out Balatro. Oh yeah, look at this. Balatro, Sayonara Wild Hearts. Yes. Dave the Diver's weird because Dave the Diver is not technically an indie game. It is made by a studio that is owned by, I think, Nexon, which is like a mega corporation. And so like they basically created like a sort of like subsidiary called like Mint Rocket or whatever, which is the developer of Dave the Diver, but they are like a subsidiary of this massive corporation,
Oh, okay.
So that's why. Riley King shouts out Animal Well. I'm hearing amazing things about Animal Well.
Yeah. It was like the talk of like now we're a team of two, but it was the talk of the team this week. And I was like, what is Animal Well? And I had to dig into it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, everybody's loving that. I've not played it yet. I'll have to check it out at some point. But yeah, there's tons, man. Shout outs to indie games. Love indie games. Okay. Well, let's hit somebody. We got plenty more questions to go. Quaggy says, I'm currently playing Shadow of War on Steam Link, but can't take that with me on my trip to Chicago. That's right, Quaggy. I forgot you were going to Chicago. Quaggy hit me up. Chicago. Quaggy hit me up, and he's like, hey, I'm going to Chicago. If I remember right, you're from there. Do you have any like recommendations of places I could go, things I should see, places I should eat at? And I'm like, you've activated my trap card, my friend. And I hit him back with like 20, recommendations. So he didn't know what he was getting into. Quaggy says, I plan to pack Totkey, Bayonetta 3, and ensure Vampire Survivors is updated as I don't want to start a big game. What games do you recommend for short travel sessions? Travel games. What do you think? It's a good travel game.
I don't think low key, unless it's something like, if it's a farming sim and I can just kind of go back and get in and do the thing. Normally, I just continue playing, like, oddly enough, when I've traveled home, so I played a lot of Xenoblade, and also, like, Octopath Traveler 2. For some reason, I don't mind bringing a heavy story, longer game with me, because you can just kind of pick it up and get lost in it, which I really like. When I go back home, since I don't have a car, it's like a 7.5-hour train ride, so it's a lot of, like, a lot of time. And I've just found, even though it's not a short trip, I just find I can still get lost in, like, chunks of the story. I can save it at certain points. It's almost like I leave myself on a cliffhanger. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. So I guess maybe my answer sucks because I'm just like, I like to continue the games that I'm playing.
Just play the long games.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever downloaded anything super specific, especially on my Switch, even if I was traveling with somebody. I don't think I've played Totkey. I've played Xenoblade, and I played Octopath Traveler. So, yeah.
Yeah, Star Athena's making some good calls here in the chat. Games based on board games, Stitch, like stuff that is kind of more like low key, maybe like doesn't require a lot of your brain energy or something. If you don't like to play kind of long games on trips, I actually like during travel, like on flights and stuff like that, I don't like to play games. I don't know why.
Does it make you nauseous and like sick?
No, it's not. It's not that. For some reason I have so much anxiety on planes that like I just kind of sit there and like seethe in my anxiety for the duration of the plane ride. I don't do anything. I just sort of like look ahead and try to survive the plane ride. So,
now, if there's a TV, do you watch the TV on the plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I try to watch movies because I'm trapped. I'm like, okay, Amanda, you can't go anywhere. Get locked into a movie you've never seen before.
I have such a hard time like getting out of my own head sometimes that like I'll sit like in a plane and if I try to turn on a game and sort of like let myself get lost in the game, it just doesn't work. Like I'm always aware that that I'm in a tin can hurling through the sky very quickly.
And it's hard not to like get distracted. Like if I'm sitting next to someone and I like pull out my Switch and they're just like,
I don't like that
okay,
either. Don't watch me.
And then it's hard because like the tray table is either some of them are like the right height, but some are low. And it's like, I don't know if I want to play like with the Joy-Cons in hand. I don't know if I want to have a Pro controller. I'm like, can I hook it up to the TV? But then if someone leans back, it's like the TV's in your face. I don't think there's a comfortable way to game.
No.
Unless you're like, I mean, I've never flown first class, but like maybe that's a better experience. I have no idea.
Maybe.
But because you can like lay down.
Yeah. Well, even in the car, like when I was a kid, I used to play games in the car all the time. But for some reason, as an adult, like even when we drove up to New York for Extra Life, I had nothing but time to play games. But I couldn't do it. Like I would turn on the Switch for maybe like 20 minutes, and I'm like, I can't do this. So I wind up doing the same, like, and I like to talk, like if I'm traveling with somebody, I like to talk with them, so yeah. I don't know if this answers your question at all, Quaggy, but there you go.
Quaggy's bringing Totkey. Just play Totkey.
Just play that, and just do what I do. Just seethe in anxiety, Quaggy. It'll be okay.
Make a friend.
You'll get there.
Maybe don't. I don't know.
Just look out the window and like think about your life decisions, everything that led you up until that point. Were you bad to that person in a past relationship? Just think of all that stuff and just be an anxious person like me.
Do you remember on the planes where they had like the Sky Mall?
Oh, totally. I love Sky Mall.
I'm just like, where's that? That doesn't exist much anymore. Give me that to scroll through. Keep me distracted that way. Yes.
Shoutouts to Sky Mall. Sky Mall is awesome. Yeah. Because like they put the stuff they put in Sky Mall is the stuff that like could only exist in Sky Mall. Like you would never consider buying it anywhere else. But like you know, if I'm flipping through a Sky Mall, it's like, yeah, like maybe I do need this automated thing that'll roast hot dogs over a bonfire for me. Maybe I do need that. Maybe I do need this outdoor set.
You know what it always reminded me of? I don't know if you had this in like high school, but we had like the fundraisers where you would raise money and you could put the money towards prizes in like the prize catalog. It always reminded me of that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, these are those types of gifts or those types of like items.
Yeah. Sky Mall is also a great name for a air, like an in-air exclusive magazine. You might as well call it Sky Mall.
Yes.
What a good call. Okay. CrocoKyle says, do you have any cool pieces of gaming memorabilia like statues, collectibles, clothing, etc.? Would love to see some of the crown jewels of your collections. I don't think you're a big collector, are you?
I'm not, I don't, I was joking with somebody at the office the other day. I am becoming more and more of a minimalist by the day. I don't like having a lot of things. I go through purges, but I'm trying to think of what's home. I mean, right now, if I had to say right now, I mean, it's not like old, but like my Poochie that my friend Sky made. Like this means a lot. Like this will be around forever because it was handmade. But I'm trying to think what we had, gosh, at my parents' house. I know we had some weird, I had like an old Pikachu where the stomach or the face lit up. I think a lot of people, there was like a battery pack in him and his like cheeks would light up. I don't remember if his stomach lit up, but his cheeks did. And I held on to that forever. Forever. It might still be at my parents' house.
I think Lockleaf has one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, actually, I think she might. But that was like a prized possession of mine. It was like, I do not leave the house without my Pikachu. And then I also had like a baby Dratini, like beanie filled it's like plushie. That was like my prized possession, but that's pretty much, I don't think that's a collectible. But that's kind of what I got here in this home. I've got almost like whatever's on my desk is what I have. That's it. And people joke that when they see me on like a work chat or a work call and they see my background, they're like, oh, you don't have like a shelf with stuff. Like a lot of gamers have that. Like kind of like what you're talking about. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mama's a minimalist. I don't know. It's the same thing with like physical games. I think that's why I was polling people about getting Paper Mario as a physical, because like I don't like holding on to stuff. I'm just like, I beat the game. I probably won't touch it again. Like, get it out, you know? But yeah.
It's a good policy to have because, like, as my wife and I are like preparing to move soon, it's like, hey, all this stuff got to go in boxes, man. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that really sucks. Yeah, I've definitely taken a step back in recent years. I used to be really bad. I mean, you know, I've done this a couple times on the show, but I might as well do it here. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Your amiibos.
I have all the amiibo up there. I have amiibo on my shelf, you know. So I have like basically every amiibo, with the exception of like the ultra rare like Monster Hunter amiibo that they made like 10 of. I have them all, including I do have some show and tell, which I guess is, you know, if Lachlan's not going to be here tonight, we can show some physicals. Yeah. So I do have this. This is QB. This is the QB amiibo. This, Amanda, is the rarest amiibo.
Now, what is QB from?
Box Boy. He's from a little game called Box Boy. It's made by HAL, so the same people that make the Kirby games. Where you just play as this little box dude, and you just like, it's like a little puzzle platformer game. This is the rarest amiibo. This little guy's worth like $400.
Why is he so? Oh my God! Wait, Box Boy is so cute.
Yeah, it's a cute little game.
Why is it worth so much money?
Because they put out a Box Boy game on 3DS that they only did like one run of, and this was in the box for the 3DS Box Boy. And so now like nobody has this. I did not pay. I paid normal price for it. I pre-ordered it. I imported it from Japan, and now he's mine. He's my little guy.
My God, that is a rarity. Hold on to him forever, and he's so cute.
He's very cute. I also have this GBA SP, this Zelda GBASP, which I got modded. I got a new like louder speakers, and I got a brand new like screen put in it that is like brighter. What game do I have in this? I was playing something on this apparently somewhat recently. Oh, it's Golden Sun. I have Golden Sun in here right now.
Cute.
Yeah.
I have my Game Boy Color here somewhere. I think I've shown it off on the show before. I can dig through my box underneath here. My pink Game Boy Color that still works.
Nice.
Works like a charm. So I guess that counts as collectible.
It counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple of sealed soundtrack CDs, like the Majora's Mask CD here. I have I think I got these from Club Nintendo. I also got this Super Smash Brothers like 3DS and Wii U CD. I don't know why I have these. They're still sealed, but I have them. They're mine, I guess. And then the last thing I'll show off real quick. I have this Super Mario Brothers 35th anniversary pin set that they put out for the 35th anniversary. I had to wait in like various queues for hours to get these, but they're very nice. You've got like a Mario Sunshine, a Mario Galaxy, a Mario World, a 3D World, a Mario Odyssey. These really nice, like high quality enamel pins. I'll never wear them. I'll never put them on anything, but I have them. So
Speaking
there you
of
go.
Mario, I have Super Mario Bros. Deluxe for
Hell
the Game Boy Color. And I found my Game Boy Color.
There
and
she is.
has Disney's The Little Mermaid 2 Pinball Frenzy in
my
here,
gosh.
which was always interesting.
With a
'cause
rumble
the cartridge
pack.
has- Yeah.
Yeah.
So she still works like a charm. Love it. My brother had
I
like a
love
neon
that.
green one, but yeah, okay, I guess this counts.
Yeah, it counts. Yeah. I love show and tell. Yeah, Yarn says I got those pins too. What a pain to get. We had to wait for hours in an online queue. Yeah, was not good. So there you go.
Do you miss when they did cool stuff like that?
Kinda. I suspect with that year in particular, because I think that was actually 2020. I think that was like the year of COVID. And so they were kicking up all this Mario 35th anniversary stuff. What I suspect that is I think that they had those pins made to give out in conventions, but because they couldn't do conventions that year because of COVID, they were like, we might as well just give them out, you know? So I think that's what happened, but you know, who knows? So
I can't see mentions really quick. Speaking of boxes, do you remember that cereal that Nintendo put out with an amiibo chip in the box? It'd be neat to have that have a card if that. I miss when they used to put, I think they still kind of do, but when they put like toys in cereal boxes, like I was so influenced as a child. I was like, oh, I want the toy. I don't need the cereal. I want the toy. Mom, we're getting this Lucky Charms because there's one at one point that had like stuffed animal, like little baby plushies. And I was like, oh, we're getting this, right?
are they still doing that? Are they still putting toys in cereal boxes? I don't think so.
They need to do more of that. I'm shocked that like when Oreo did the Mario collaboration, there was nothing to it. I'm like, lead me to something. Like can be so, you could put a souvenir or something in a freaking peanut butter jar and I'm buying that peanut butter. Like I will do it, you know?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that stuff too. My wife and I like we drove like 3 hours out of town to try the Cold Stone Mario, Kirby, and Animal Crossing ice cream. You know, I'm a sucker for that junk too. So like I'll do it. If y'all allow me to do it, I'll do it. So well, there you go. There you go, CrocoKyle. If Lockleth can't be on the show tonight, we'll provide the physicals. Okay?
Got you.
Yawn32 asks, it is I, the Yawn32, in honor of the NES Nintendo World Championship release. Which old Nintendo game do you want them to release with a special edition? And what special memorabilia do you want them to include? Did you see this? The World Championship thing?
I saw it, but oddly enough, I didn't really understand what was going on. So I may need you to explain. I saw a tweet about it.
Yeah, so in the 90s, Nintendo did this thing called the Nintendo World Championship, which was this kind of like big event where kids could come and compete in like, you know, these little, Jan32 said the joke doesn't work without Lockleth here. Yeah, a lot of things don't work without Lockleth here. We miss Lockleth, okay? But so they had, you know, kids could compete in the Nintendo World Championships and stuff, and they have rolled it out a couple of times in the years since. They did one in, I think, 2017, 2018, and 2019. And so anyway, they just announced it's coming out in July. there is a game that they're putting out that has a bunch of old NES games, and you do like speed run challenges on them, essentially, and you can play with people, like against people online. You can play with people locally in like kind of a party mode. It looks kind of neat. It's very like nostalgic. It's got a lot of old NES games and stuff on there. So what Jan is kind of asking, like, are there any other old NES games that you would like to see them do that to? Like old Nintendo games where it's like, hey, put this out with like a cool, special edition. And if it does get one, what would you want it to come with? Does anything jump out at you?
NES.
Yeah.
So
any old
really
game at
know.
all? Yeah.
Any old game?
Yeah.
I mean, I will always vouch for Kirby Air Ride, but I don't think that qualifies.
The Kirby Air Ride Deluxe Edition. Let's go.
Yes, with like, what would the memorabilia be for that?
Locklith called it, by the way. She said Kirby Air Ride.
Kirby Air Ride, yes, of course, of course, with some really exclusive like a Kirby where you can interchange all of the vehicles. That's what I want.
Oh,
I just want all of
cool.
the vehicles. They're so cool. Give me that. But yes,
That'd be neat.
Of course, Kirby Air Ride.
I'd be into that. You know what I was really hoping? Everybody wants Mother 3 to get localized, right? And what I was really hoping they would do is that if they were ever to actually localize Mother 3, make it like a big deal. Make it like a special edition with like little statues or little plushies, or give me a little Save Frog plushie or something. Make it like a big deal. Don't just localize it and like put it out. Make it like an event if they were to ever do that. That would definitely be my answer. Mr. Pike says Donkey Kong Country.
Because he's trolling me.
Oh,
From when we did the box
favorite
art episode.
Your favorite box art? Yeah. Yeah, Lachlan says Jet Force Gemini, JFG, of course. But quality of life changes, and the dog is a plushie. That would be very cute.
Cute.
Star Athena says anything bonk, but with a tiny dude with a giant head updated for us. That'd be cute too. Yeah, I like it when they do that. They did a Fire Emblem re-release special edition years ago now for like the 35th or the 40th anniversary or whatever. And like I bought it, even though like I wasn't like I'm not a big Fire Emblem guy. I got it anyway. So I don't know. They get me with that junk.
Here's a stupid question. So I have Chrono Trigger now on my Steam account.
Yes.
What did that originally come out on?
Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah, that'd
Let's
be
bring
great.
it. I haven't even played it yet, but bring it back. Just
That'd be sick. Yeah.
bring it back. Let me see more.
I bet you a lot of people are sort of like clamoring for Chrono Trigger on NSO, and I'm like, they're not going to do that. You know why they're not going to do that? They're going to do an HD 2D like remake of it, and they're going to charge you $60 for it, and you're going to happily pay it. That's why they're not doing that, So yeah, if they were to do that, it'd be really cool if they brought that out with like a nice collector's edition that has like little like figures of all of the characters. I mean, that would be incredible. That'd be awesome. The soundtrack
calls out Dogs 1 and 2, but Nintendogs. Bring me
Nintendogs.
back Nintendogs. What a great game.
Yeah. Nintendogs needs to come back.
Yeah, I'll have to give you my thoughts on Chrono Trigger after I play it. I am going to play it.
Yes.
But
I can't wait to hear what you think.
I also need to play Golden Sun. All these games that are influencing Sea of Stars.
Absolutely. Hopple asked, this is an Amanda question. Hey. Have you ever gotten married in a game? And if more than once, what was the best wedding? I will have my first wedding in Stardew soon to Emily. Hopple's marrying Emily in Stardew.
Oh, Emily has blue hair. So does my new demon girl in my Stardew
Let's
Valley.
Go.
She also has blue hair. Not saying Emily's a demon. She's not. She's a lovely lady. Amanda's a demon. Did I get married in Sunhaven? I think so. I think I married, oddly enough, in the game Sunhaven, which I'm not sure if it's come to Switch yet. It's been waiting on a Switch release for so long. But a farming sim, very similar to Stardew, but there's just more to it. There's multiple worlds you can go to. There's like all these like overarching quests. There's a huge storyline. And there is a demon boy that I'm pretty sure I married. I'm pretty sure that's who I went to because he's gorgeous.
What's his
But the
name?
weddings, Oh shoot, I can picture his father and his father's name.
I'm
Not
googling
Damien.
Sunhaven. Is it Darius?
Darius. I said Damien. Darius. Beautiful man.
Okay, yeah.
But it was a pretty basic wedding. It was kind of just like the generic. I don't know if I've had a game that's done anything like crazy for a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, in Stardew, I've always pursued. Well, I'm currently pursuing Sebastian. That's who I want to marry. Not for the perks, but I'm also pursuing Elliot. Again, not for the perks.
Sure.
Just because they're beautiful men.
Line of a man, Elliot.
Oh, yeah. Have I got
that
married
mane?
Otherwise? We're here for that because we have matching long hair.
Everybody in Sunhaven is beautiful.
Yes.
There's like I'm seeing this image that just has all of, I guess, the romanceable people, and so they're all gorgeous. There's not a bad one in the bunch.
And I think they've added some since I've played. Sunhaven is an incredible farming sim. I remember when I streamed it, the creative director came into my streams, Bruce. Great team, always working on updates. Like, there's all these pets you can have, but the characters you can romance are beautiful. Beautiful. You know?
Lachlan says, not for the perks, but for the perks. Wink, wink.
Yeah, 100%.
My answer to this, I'll give a non-conventional answer to this question. My cousin and I got married in the Elder Scrolls Online because we thought it would be funny and we wanted the achievement for it. So my cousin Todd and I engaged in the sacred ritual of Mara, and we married each other in the Elder Scrolls Online. So we're married, my cousin and I. We keep it in the family. Yeah, we. You know how it is, you know. Down south here in Louisiana, it's all fine down here. So that's my answer, marrying my cousin in the Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh my god. I feel like a lot of games, they don't do much for it's like all the other festivals are like out there, but like you get to the marriage and I got married when I was playing the original of Story of Seasons.
Oh, okay.
And the wedding was okay. I married girl, Cecilia.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another Harvest Moon game where I married this fisherman named Ray. But like again, like very like
basic.
Like give me more oomph to the wedding. Give me some drama in the wedding. Like have someone if I could make a game, not gonna spiral. The romance would be so spicy. Like, it'd be like, I'm getting married, but like my side piece stands up and is like, objection. No, you're not getting married. And there's drama. I always bring up, supposedly there's a cutscene in Stardew where if you're romancing too many people, they all gaggle together and like say stuff. And like, are you dating so-and-so? I think, unless it's a mod. And I'm like, that's what I want.
Amazing.
That's a game I would make. Like where all the romance choices you make could end in like so much drama. Like you could be like going on a date with someone else and the person you went on a date with yesterday shows up and is like, excuse me?
What's going on here?
Because in Sunhaven, they schedule dates. That's like kind of a cool thing is that you have scheduled dates. But if you miss them, nothing happens. You just don't continue like you don't progress in like your hearts. But it's like, make them come to my door and be like, why weren't you here?
Make me pay for it. Make me pay for the consequences.
Yeah. Like, oh, God, if I had control over a game, I would only want to control the romance. It would be such a mess, but it would be so spicy.
It would be cool to play a game that has like really in-depth like romance systems like that. I mean, let me plan my own wedding in a game. Like choose the decorations and like all that stuff. That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let there be drama. Let somebody stand up and be like, I object. And it's like, oh, and you got to like win them over. Be like, no, this is it. Like, maybe someday.
We'll see. Somebody listening, make Amanda's dream game or allow Amanda to make this game. Mr. Pike says, that's why I can't go into Emily's house. I'm dating all the ladies, and if I go in, they'll yell at me.
Really?
So,
is that the
I guess so.
Mr. Pike? I want to witness it. I want to witness it so bad.
Yarden, this is actually pointed to Lockleth, so maybe Lockleth, you can just answer this in the chat, and I'll just like kind of let you guys go at it in the chat, because both Yarden and Lockleth are in the chat. So here you go. Yarden says, little add-on to Hoppel's question. I've heard a few things about a certain co-host possibly being rude to another person that's very close to me during their personal streams. So just wondering if Lockleth would please publicly apologize for being mean to my Stardew wife Abigail. So there you go. I'll leave you to it. You want a drama, Amanda? You got it.
I want it. Yeah, you know, Abigail's kind of spicy, and she likes rocks, I think, or something. But like,
she likes rocks.
I think it's like the crystals. Or I say rocks, but it's crystals. Like, there's a certain crystal or something that you can get, and she like loves it. I don't know, but like, just bring on the drama. Okay, wait. Are you gonna read Lockleth's comment?
She says, Abigail is the worst. I was so happy to beat her in the egg hunt. So. There you go.
Shots fired. I don't like, is her name Haley in Stardew? She's kind of sassy.
Yeah, Haley, definitely.
Yeah, I'm like,
Mr. Pike says she eats the rocks. She eats the rocks when she gets them. So there you go.
And her and Sebastian got a weird thing going on, and I'm like, stay away from my man, please.
Wow. Well, there's chaos in the chat now, so mission accomplished. Well done. There you go. Even though Lockleth isn't here, her presence is still felt.
Love you,
with
Lockleth.
Love you, Lockleth, with the negative energy towards Yarden's wife, Abigail. Solo asks, I have recently played 2 games that, from my point of view, have a good story and have created a great environment, but by design feel like they don't allow you to play your way, but instead force you to come back to parry. Got me thinking, have any of you flat out got fed up with a game over its channeling of you into one specific mechanic of the core gameplay? I mean, I know your answer.
Every platform I've ever played.
Just all the platformers.
Watch,
Yoshi,
yeah,
Celeste.
What's next, please?
Yeah.
Princess Peach was kind of getting there. Like,
yeah.
What's going on? Don't make me stop platforming, or stop like the weird mechanics that you're building into platforming. It's fun for everybody else but Amanda.
What would be like your sort of answer to that? Like, what would a platformer have to do for you to like it?
For like when I hit A or B on the Switch to jump, I actually jump high enough to make it to the platform. That it always seems to be the jumping that's like the hardest thing. Well, of course, when I remapped all the buttons in Celeste, I ruined it for myself. But like, even in Yoshi, it was like I would jump and I'm like, my guy, jump high. Why are you?
Yeah.
Why can everybody else hit the platform but we can't hit the platform? Why do I need to have wings to get to the platform? We should be able to just jump. I think it's always like the jumping and when things are fast paced. Like in Yoshi, there was a lot of like, I was literally watching one of my TikToks today as I was editing stuff, and it was like this one scene where like the wall is closing in on you. I'm like, bruh, just let me take my time. I don't want to be fast. I don't want to be speedy. You're forcing me to be speedy. When there's like a time ticking down, I'm done.
Yeah. Timed platforming challenges, not your thing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what my answer to this is. I don't know if I've ever like raged at a game for like making me do something, necessarily.
Maybe like if you have to go through dialogue and you can't skip it and it's just dragging on.
That's annoying. Yeah, that it's always
the dialogue.
That's annoying. Yeah, because I definitely I've had situations like that where like for whatever reason I have to like go back in and like you got to redo the dialogue, or like the game hasn't like saved at the right point.
Or when enemies respawn, like you go back to an area and you're like, dude, it just took so long to get here and now all the enemies are back. Wait, here's one. The Blood Moon in Totkey.
Oh, sure.
When everybody comes back, I'm like, please go away.
Why? I just got done killing out this group of people and now they're coming right back. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, I could see the frustration. People were playing Tears of the Kingdom who were coming off of Breath of the Wild, and there are a lot of people who don't really like the building mechanics. I like them, but I could understand like why that would be frustrating to somebody of like, hey, I just want to play this like Breath of the Wild. You kind of can't. Like you kind of have to engage with the building mechanics at least a little bit.
Especially in the shrines.
Yeah, so like I could see that being frustrating to somebody if they basically just wanted more of the same. Tears of the Kingdom does kind of force you to engage with that stuff. So, yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know if I have a great answer to that, but
Lockless says when you have to reset your island for the 12th time in Animal
oh,
Crossing.
when you absolutely have to reset, you have to really twist in Lockleth's arm, making 12 islands. Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever rage quit a game, Seth?
Not really. I'm a hard one to get angry, Amanda.
That's why I'm asking, because I feel
Yeah.
like it takes a lot for you to get very frustrated with a game.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to get frustrated in general. I'm a patient man. I definitely can. The Pokemon Company gets me mad. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever not since I was a kid anyway, actually rage quit. It's been a long time. Lachlan says that she has. Are we surprised? We're not surprised. Absolutely not. Yeah. But I'm a fairly patient person, I think. I can withstand a lot of torture.
Okay.
So
I need to be more like you.
I don't know. I don't have the answers. Presto the Magnificent asks, this is our final question of the night, Amanda. Presto says, if you had to choose one Nintendo game, a Nintendo published Switch game that's not like DC Superhero Girls, which I don't think is published by Nintendo anyways, Presto, to remove from existence, what would it be? Which Nintendo published game would you remove from existence? Yeah, Star Athena, meditation probably is it. Honestly, that probably has a lot to do with it. Oh, I can teach you. I'll say for me, if I were to remove any Nintendo published Switch game from existence, and I'll do this mostly just for Sean's benefit, Mario Strikers. We'll just Thanos snap that bad boy out of existence. Just it never happened. Okay. There you go.
A lot of hate around that.
Yeah. It is actually published by Nintendo on the Switch.
Ryan?
Wow, Ryan coming in with the correction.
Actually.
Wow. I did not expect that. So there you go. I apologies to Presto. I did not realize that. Wow, DC Superhero Girls published by Nintendo on the Switch. Good for them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Strikers. I would rather that game not exist. I would rather leave Strikers in my memories from the GameCube and the Wii than have one that I didn't like on the Switch.
Okay.
I think I'll go with that.
That's fair. I mean, I'm going to go with Yoshi's Crafted World, unfortunately. But I'm trying to think of something else that I've played. Oh, I don't know. No, it's not I was going to say Story of Seasons. It's a Wonderful Life.
Who knows? For all I know, maybe that is.
Maybe. I don't think so.
It's a Wonderful Life.
But that game was just disappointing. You paid $60 and it just no different.
It's that one is published by Marvelous Interactive.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I'm still gonna eat it.
Yeah. Ryan says, can I say Mario Golf? For me, it's Mario Golf for the reasons you brought up. Really, all the Mario sports games on Switch have just been very lackluster.
I wonder why. Is it because they don't have anybody who knows sports in there? Is it a mechanic thing? What is it?
It actually isn't a mechanic thing.
Okay.
The thing about they're actually mechanically fairly solid. They're just so feature anemic. There's just not a lot of there's not a typical Mario Golf actually had a story mode, but it kind of sucked. They just, if they have story modes at all, they're very bare bones. They don't have a lot of features, and the reason they release them with no features is so that they can have a free update roadmap and add stuff to the game over the next year. It's cool. Well, I've already fallen off of the game by that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been weak. Mario sports games have been weak on Switch.
Yeah, what the heck?
So, yeah. It's
Nintendo,
sad.
what you doing?
I mean, because Star Athena says the OG Mario Golf was good. Ryan says I missed the OG Camelot. There was a time, Amanda, on Game Boy, Game Boy Advance where Mario sports games were little sports RPGs. I don't remember if it's Mario Golf on the GBA. Camelot is also the people who made the Golden Sun games on GBA, and the game was just in the Golden Sun engine. Like, it just literally looks like Golden Sun. Like,
Oh,
it is like a Mario sports RPG. It's crazy.
that's so cool.
yeah.
It's kind of like Sports Story.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, just
totally.
make that.
And we don't get that anymore
Hello?
from them. We just get.
Are all of the Mario sports games online, or most of them local multiplayer?
I think they're all online multiplayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Strikers is, but I didn't know if the others were too. Because I was gonna say, let me play with people.
Yeah, but
All over
but
the
like
place.
Strikers multiplayer was annoying too, because you couldn't have, like, if I remember right, you couldn't have everybody like all on the same team. Like, they put limitations to how many people could be on the same team. They touted this sort of like team battles system that didn't work the way everybody wanted it to. Yeah, it was pretty fresh. Yeah, that's it. Strikers was online multiplayer for 2 players only.
What is the
Makes
point of that?
no sense.
You
We're
can't
talking
even feel
about-
the team.
Yeah, it's a 4v4 game, but you could only play online for 2 players. It was very stupid.
Okay, well, then here's a question: if there was a Mario sports game that could come back and be redone, or something new, what would you want?
I always thought it would be cool if they did like a Mario hockey game. I always would have liked to see Mario's like take on hockey. But I mean, like, yeah, like Strikers is probably my favorite Mario sports game. I just want them to do a good version of it. You know,
Somehow
and
that triggered my Google.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
how so?
I don't know. She just started talking, and I was like, "No, please stop."
Please no, don't think of Mario. Don't think of Mario Strikers. I like Mario Golf on the 3DS was really good. You know, I just want. I like the series that we have. I just want them to be good on the Switch. Yon32 says Mario curling. Let's get Mario curling. Yeah.
Or like bring back. I love, and I think it's at like Dave and Buster's maybe.
Okay.
Mario Sonic at the Olympics. Like I
Yeah.
just want them to make. It's an Olympic year. Bring it back.
You and Star Athena mind meld.
Like bring it back, because I loved that there was like all these different characters. Like they're just really embodying all these like different sports. Like just make more of that. That was great. Bring
Amanda,
that back.
Right, I don't know when we're gonna do our June direct predictions. You should write that down. That would be a
Okay.
good direct prediction
Paris
for you.
is around the corner, man.
Because it is an Olympic year, I bet they are working on that.
God, I freaking hope so. I
Yeah,
want
I
it.
bet they are. Yep.
God, this is like so perfectly timed for them. It's like it's a layup. Nintendo,
Yeah.
take it, please.
I bet they are doing it.
God,
Yeah,
I hope
save that. Put that in your back
Okay.
pocket, because I bet that's a good prediction. And they if I'm not mistaken, because the last one was in Tokyo, right? The last Olympics, they had that set up, but like they, because of COVID, they like didn't release it or whatever, or they released it like later on outside of the Olympic year or something. So yeah, that was a whole thing. No, Lachlan, you're not allowed to
Lachlan,
steal
no.
the prediction. You're not allowed to
Stop
steal it.
It's mine.
It's Amanda's.
It would be so good, and they could like
yeah.
stage it in Paris, and like the Olympics is getting like so hyped up. I'm a track nerd, but they released like the first few images of what the track is gonna look like. I'm like, give it to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, that's what I'll
That'd be
hope for in
cool.
the June direct.
Very good.
No new console, just Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, Paris.
Just a new
2024.
Olympics game. Yeah. Yeah. Pocket that one. That'll be pretty good. Okay, cool. Well, Amanda, we did it. We've arrived. At the end of the show, we did all of the questions. Before I thank our patrons and send us out for the night, Amanda, where can people find you on the internet, my friend?
You can find me predominantly on Twitch, so twitch.tv/miles_of_Amanda. Maybe we'll play Chrono Trigger. I don't know. Stay tuned.
Let's go. Yes.
I'm also on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. Watch the TikTok. It's funny. At miles_of_Amanda. What about you?
Nice. For me, you can find me online on Twitter at $2Hero. You can add me on your Nintendo Switch, SW411280613454, just like Eric Lindros. Find Sean on Twitter, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants, Sean Capri there on Twitter. Locklith is Locklith TWT. So you can find her over there on the Twitter as well. She also just launched a brand new website. I want to say it's like Locklith-fourthwall.com or something like that. You'll find that she's got it on her Twitter and stuff like that. But let's really quickly thank our patrons. Thanks so much to everybody who supports us. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Starting with our ultimate producers, thank you to Jonathan Brown, whose music you can find at linktree/pme.jib. And thank you to Cwaggy, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes. Links are in the show notes, so please show your love and support to our ultimate producers. Thank you to our platinum producers, Robby Bobby Miller, Tim Paullin, and Smokin Joe. And thank you to our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, BobLoblaw, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, CowboyDangerD, CrocoKyle, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Jan32, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Shane Erickson, Tech Mike, Tim Aulph, and Toxic. Head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Join the ranks of those fine folks and see which tier of support works for you. You can get a 7-day free trial to the exclusive tier, see what all the fuss is about, and check out the Nintendo Drive post show, which we're going to record here in short order. So, for myself, for Amanda, that's been another episode of the Nintendo Drive. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome Nintendo Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all sorts of exclusive content like the Nintendo Drive post show. Links to everything are in the description. See you next week!